All right, ladies, let's line it up. It's time for player introductions. And we'd like to welcome everyone back to CDM High School for the final day of the 2015 Holiday Cup. 2 games on tap today, starting with Netherlands taking on Italy. That'll be followed by the United States battling Spain. Number 10, Isabella Van Toorn. Number 11, Leica Clausen. Number 12, Leonie van der Molen. And number 13, Debbie Willems. And the Netherlands are coached by Arno Havenga. Our officials for this contest from the United States, we have Ms. Drury. And from Spain, Mr. Buch. And our FINA delegate will be Mr. Cullingham. And now can I ask everyone to please stand and remove your caps for our country's national anthems. All right, ladies, let's go to your benches. You have 2 minutes of game time.
Yo, all you homebrides out in Bronx, this one's for you.
Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume.
Get down.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Newport Beach, California for the final day of the 2015 Holiday Cup. I'm Dean Quintal, joined by Steve Carrera. We'll be giving you today's final action. First matchup this morning, a team from Italy, and wearing the blue caps and wearing the white caps, a team from the Netherlands. Steve, both these teams come in with an identical tournament record at 2-3. All contests really have been closely contested, with the exception of maybe yesterday's contest between the United States and the Dutch, which was a 7-3 game, and it really wasn't as close as that. What can we expect out of these two teams today?
Well, I think both teams are feeling a lot more comfortable today. You know, it's been a long week here, and I think both teams are going to get into it right away. Look for that center play from the Dutch to really make an impact, and, you know, we'll see if the Italian team can get on the counter and get some easy goals early on.
All right, so both teams are lined up, awaiting the opening sprint. Sprinting for the Italian team, wearing the cap number 8, is Roberta Bianconi, and for the Dutch, wearing the white caps, is number 4, Sabrina Vandersloot, and it's Vandersloot for the Dutch. So the Dutch move the ball into the front court and have the first opportunity of the match.
And right away, Italy in a 3-4 drop. Do not want to get beat out of 2 meters today.
That's Sevenic in at center forward as the Dutch move the ball around the perimeter. Shot clock winding down. Shot. Looked like the Italian goalie got a hand on that, wasn't it?
That's what it looked like, but referee saying hit off the top of the bar. And Italy's up on the counter here early.
Cross pass to Bianconi, and a contra foul called down at center forward, and ball turns back over to Italy. Looks like the sun's going to be a factor here early on for the Italian goalie in the west at the west end. Sevenic back in at center forward. Dutch move the ball around the perimeter. Ordinary foul at point. 10 seconds to go on the shot. And a little post up down on the right wing. And we've got an exclusion. That's going to be 16 dark.
That was
Sylvia Mota to the penalty box.
That was a nice play. Went 2 down and then 1 across, and that 2 stayed in there post up for an ISO. It was really nice.
So power play here for the Dutch. And a contra foul called. A little John back and forth between DeMario and Sevenic. Outlet pass to DeMario at center tank. Crossed over to Bianconi. It's Frasinetti in at 2 meters. Bianconi. She fires, field block, knocked down. Controlled by Laura Arts in goal. And we've got an exclusion. 15 white to the penalty box. Correction, 15 dark. That's bar zone. And a power play for the Dutch again. They're set up in a 3-3. Shot off the crossbar, goes high in the air. And Vandersloot's there to control. Team's at full strength. Ordinary foul, 20 seconds to go on the shot.
They have plenty of time here. And there's a contra foul.
Contra foul on the drive. Looked like it might have been on number 2. Dagmar Janae on the drive. Long outlet pass by Galero. That's DeMario. Bianconi fouled up at point. Back to DeMario. Field block on the shot from Bianconi, controlled by Arts.
That's a very dangerous position right there. I mean, the shooter is at about 3 or 4 meters. Pretty good angle. Luckily, they got a hand shot block, but that's not going to be blocked every time.
Dutch with the ball back in their own front court. 7-inch down at 2 meters. Guarded by Bianconi. Dutch move the ball around the perimeter. Into 2 meters. And an exclusion. That's going to be Bianconi. So exclusion's a little one-sided here in the first quarter.
But the Dutch have not been able to capitalize on these 6-on-5 opportunities.
And they had the same problem yesterday against the United States. So we see a shot goes off the far post and out, controlled by Galero. The Dutch yesterday, Steve, against the United States were, I believe, 0 for 10. And they just couldn't find anything going.
Sounds like my high school team.
I understand you had a bit of a tough match yesterday against the Laguna Beach Breakers.
Yeah, that was a story of 6-on-5. I mean, that's in close games, big games, that's what it's going to be every time, 6-on-5.
And a contra foul call. Ball turns back over to the Dutch.
And Dutch are up on the right side.
Outlet pass to Stomphorst. Stomphorst moving in on the goal, unimpeded. She's up at 2 meters, shoots, cross cage off the crossbar, controlled by the Netherlands. Ordinary foul up top. Megans with the ball. Gets live. Megans. As the Dutch move the ball around the perimeter, got a post up. Ball goes into Stomphorst. She can't get anything. Italian help defense by DeMario for the steal.
And I think they were going for that dry pass for the redirect. She put it back in the water, and the referee just didn't want to call anything because the defender had her hands up.
Italians move into the front court. Ball's kicked back up top to DeMario. The Italians sub on the fly. They're waiting for that extra attacker. DeMario, shot clock down to 8. She draws the foul up top. Look for a direct shot here, and we've got an exclusion coming down at 2 meters. That's going to be 1/8 of an inch, so a power play for the Dutch. Or correction, for the Italians. A rotation. As the Italians move the ball around the perimeter. From point, field block. Rebound controlled by the Italians. The Dutch back to full strength. DeMario, she shoots, blocked down by Arts, controlled. Dutch ball.
I feel like that's a ill-advised shot right there. You know, right-hander on the left-hander side. They have about 25 seconds on the shot clock. They could have just pulled it back and run another possession.
Yeah, they just taken a shot, got their own rebound. Netherlands came back to full strength. Why not pull it out, set up their offense? So, Dutch ball in the front court. Shot controlled by Galero. Bad angle shot. Easily controlled by Galero. Galero looks for a release.
We're up on the right side.
Ball's down at the left-hander wing. Kick back up top to DeMario. And we've got an exclusion down at 2 meters. And that's going to be 6 white. And that's Naomi Stomphorst to the penalty box, and we've got an Italian timeout. So neither team really able to get things going here. That's the 5th exclusion, so we'll see if the Italians can take advantage of something here. But the Dutch are 0 for 3 so far on the power play.
Yeah, and Italy 0 for 1. So I mean, both teams have not been able to convert on the 6-on-5 opportunity. But I think this is an opportunity for the coach to really set up a play, a go-to play, and then remind them, hey, if we get the rebound, you don't have to necessarily shoot it right away. We can run another possession, maybe get another exclusion. You've seen in all the games that if you're able to get the ball in the 2 meters clean, it's most likely going to be an exclusion because it's impossible to guard those players one-on-one down low.
As far as shots go, we've seen a couple shots from the Dutch go off the crossbar, but nothing really. There's been one shot that's really been close. It went off the post and kicked out instead of going in.
And I have to ask you, as a former goalie yourself, I mean, I'm looking at them shooting at cross cage low in that situation. It looks like the goalie's coming up high if they go low on the cross cage. It feels like that's a higher percentage, but I don't know. Your experience, is that a harder shot to block after this possession here?
It really depends what the goalie's doing if they're going to jump up. So we got the Italians on a shot by DeMario. Bad angle. Had Arts there for the easy save.
That was not the play that they wanted to run right there. You see the coach reaction was not happy.
So we're scoreless here in the first quarter with 1:30 to go. And the Netherlands with the ball.
Italy in a heavy drop now.
Vandersloot, and she takes one from distance. Bar down, no goal. Galero did not move on that shot. About an inch lower, and that would have been our first goal of the contest, but to no avail. We are still scoreless with 1 minute to go here in the first. Nine seconds on the shot. That's DeMario. Expect a shot here after the foul. Direct shot. No. She kicks it to Radicki. Radicki fires. A little off-speed shot. Knocked down nicely by Arts.
The Netherlands trying to get up on the counter here. 6-on-5 counter.
We've got Bianconi way back in the backcourt. And that's Niehuis. She drops one inside. And a redirect by Clausen is stopped by Galero. 20 seconds to go in the first. Ball in mid-tank. Radicki. 10 on the game clock. And another exclusion. That's going to be 10 white. Van Torn. See if the Italians can capitalize as the clock's winding down. 5 seconds to go in the game, or in the quarter. Ball up top, Bianconi, shot, field block, stuffed. And that's the horn for the end of the first quarter. And we are scoreless here in Newport Beach, California. We're going to take a break, hear from our sponsors, and we'll be back to call second quarter action.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
Welcome back for second quarter action. So, Steve, 3 opportunities for each team on the power play, and neither of them were able to convert.
Yeah, and I think for the Dutch team, I feel like they're getting pretty good shots. They're just not able to put it in the goal, and they're hitting the bar. But with the Italian team, I think that they're a little bit rushed. They're rushed. They're not executing their 6-on-5 the way they normally do. They're dropping passes, and they're taking bad angle shots.
Looks like the Dutch are going to start down a man, as they did not come even after that last shot, unless they get the sprint. And they get the sprint, so they're back to full strength. So the Dutch in the front court. That's Vandermolen in its center forward position as they move the ball up top. Ordinary foul up at point. And a long outside shot. Tipped and off the bar by Galero.
Great save.
Galero got a hand on it just at the last minute. It looked like that thing was going to be in, and we would have our first goal of the contest. The Dutch in a drop up top. A long outside shot knocked down by Arts. On the shot from, looks like that was Mota. Janae crosses the ball to Van Torn. Ball up top to Clausen. Clausen to Janae. Janae fake, shot clock at 10 to Clausen. 5 on the shot. Foul from the outside. Kicks it down to the wing. Inside to the post. Shot knocked down by Galero. A nice pop there from Van Torn, but Galero was there to stop.
Looks like Italy's up on the counter here.
Tabani gets it down on the wing to Coty. Coty up top to Quilero. Carollo, she fakes, shot, field block, out of play. Ball over to the Dutch.
Both teams doing a great job in the drop. Field blocks all around, and neither team's able to just get a good, clean shot from the outside.
Vandersloot on the wing. Kicks it up top to Janae. Janae fouled. 8 seconds ago on the shot. Cross, dumped into 2 meters. Backhand shot, and Galero's there to stop it. Nice cross pass and an entry into Vandermolen. She was able to get the shot off, but Galero was there for the stop. There's Carollo. Frasinetti working in at 2 meters. Ball crossed over to Coty. Coty up top to Carollo. Carollo fakes, shot, skip. Eaten up by Arts. And attrition could come into play in this contest, Steve. It's just a swim match, and we've got a timeout by the Dutch. So 5:04 to go in the second, and neither team can buy a goal so far.
No, and both teams have been up on the counter, not a tremendous amount, but they're up on the counter a little bit, and they're just not getting the ball out of the goal early enough and down to the wing so they can cross it over. So I think that's going to be an adjustment that both teams are going to make as the game progresses.
As we said to start off the match, this is our final day, day 6 of the 2015 Holiday Cup. Next up after this match at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time will be the United States facing off against Spain. These two met on day 3 of the tournament. The United States coming out on top by 2. The United States has a 4-1 record in the tournament, and the Spaniards have a 3-2 record. So as we get set, coming out of the Dutch timeout, they're all set up in the front court. That's Savenic. Nijhouse Sivanich. Back to Nyhouse. Senovich playing catch up top with each other. We got a little post up down on the wing. Up top to Nyhouse. She fires from distance. Skip. Knocked down by Galero. Tough to get that one by her from that range. Long outlet pass by Galero down inside the 2. Cross pass to center and stolen by Stomphorse. Went over the outstretched arm of Mota, and we've got an exclusion on the counter. That's Carollo to the penalty box, so Dutch will try and capitalize again.
And that last counterattack by Italy, they've had that for most of the game, so we'll see if they start executing those.
Sevenich, Nyhouse, she's center cage, moves in, 5 meters, kicks it over to the 1 spot, shot. Field block off the crossbar, controlled by Italy. So 0 for 4 here on the power play. And exclusion down at 2 meters. That's going to be 5 white. Janae, Amarin's Janae, Italian power play. They move the ball around the perimeter. Dutch out to press. It's like they're storming every pass here.
Yeah. Storming the 5, 4, and 1.
And a shot from outside. Skip shot and a goal by number 16, Sylvia Mota. Finally gets somebody on the board with 3:26 to go in the first. Italy up 1-0.
And
Get it.
Not really a shot blocker in front of that shooter. Able to just skip it in between the posts, low to the left.
We get a look at the replay here. Just all alone center cage. They allowed her just to walk it in. She had a clear lane. We see the shot here. So the Netherlands back in the front court with the ball. 15 seconds to go on the shot. Another exclusion coming. That's going to be too dark. Julia Tabani. So the Netherlands with their 5th power play opportunity. 0 for 4 so far. They're moving the ball around the perimeter. Ball up top, inside to the 2-post shot and a goal. Number 9, Maud Meggins. Finally puts the Dutch on the board, able to capitalize on their 5th power play opportunity.
That was a beautiful play. I mean, quick passing early, goes to 1, then to 4, right into 2, no hesitation. She skies up, gets it high, and then shoots across cage low.
Yeah, they really moved the ball nicely. Started up at the 5 spot, then down to 1, back up to 4, and Meggins just stepped out, received the high pass from behind, and were able to put it cross cage. So we're even up at 1 with 2:50 to go here in the second.
You get the sense that now that both teams are on the board, I think the offense is going to flow a little bit easier now.
Radicki. Near side skip shot and a goal. You called it, Steve. Once
the floodgates open. You know, both teams sort of feeling each other out for the first half, and then they start finding some holes, and the coaches, I mean, this is why they're the head coaches of their respective national teams. They're going to find the holes in the defense, and they're going to exploit those.
A nice wraparound shot there from 10 dark, Francesca Pomeri. Had the defender on her, just wrapped around the outside. Came back near side with it. Arts wasn't able to shut it down. So 2-1. With 2:20 to go here in the second. A little motion offense by the Dutch.
Yeah, a little.
Moves 7-inch in. And a contra foul called. That was on 7-inch, as we saw the defender, Aiello, put both hands up, signaling, hey, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
And it's fairly evident that 7-inch. And we have a steal on the pass and a breakaway. That's Stomphorse all alone. She picks it up at 3 meters. She fakes, she shoots, and a goal. Number 6, Nomi Stomphorst evens things up at 2 on the breakaway goal.
And I believe she was actually the one on the post, that 2-pop. And that was her second goal right there.
No, the first goal was by Megan's. So number 9, Megan's, was on that 2 post. No? Was it Stomphorst? My bad there. So I gave Megan's credit for the first goal, and that was actually Stomphorst. So Stomphorst has 2 goals. It might have been my dyslexia kicking in. 6-9. Skip shot. Knocked away with 2 hands by Arts, controlled by the Dutch.
And they're up.
And they've got another break. 7-inch. They elect not to thread the needle there. Ball's back with Arts. Gets it over to Schmidt. Schmidt moves into the front court. Defender over to help. 7-inch isn't going to get the call there when she's faced up on the defender.
Yeah.
Ball behind her as it came in. The Italian defender was able to just knock it away. And that was Tabani. Correction, that was, I think, Radicki on the steal.
I thought referee did a good job of not calling an offensive there because they were both holding.
10 White to the penalty box, so power play for the Italians. Timeout Italy. 10 White was Isabella Van Torn, and that's her second major foul of the contest. So timeout for the Italians, 39 seconds to go, 26 on the shot clock. We'll see if the Italians can take advantage of the 6-on-5 opportunity. Both teams have really been struggling here with that.
Yeah, and the last time the Italians called a timeout with 6-on-5, they wrapped 6 up into the pocket, but she took a quick shot. I would imagine I would guess they were going to do the same thing, but then cross it, you know, from 6 all the way over to 1-2 side. But we'll see.
Yeah, they moved. That was, I think, DeMario on that shot. And she's their top outside shooter.
Yeah.
But kind of ill-advised. Still a lot of time left on that last shot that she took there.
Yeah, and if the defender's going to jump out to her, you're going to have the 3 posts wide open if you cross it and then in. So, you know, you walk it in, pass it to 1, then go to the 3 post. It should be open. You have to respect that shooter wrapping up.
And there's DeMario down at the left-hander spot. Playing catch Bianchi. That's Barzone.
And Netherlands comes out to a storm but hits the head.
And that's 7-inch. She knew what she did. So we've got a 6-on-4 opportunity. Now we're back at 6-on-5 as the first excluded player comes in. Italy moves ball around the perimeter. Field block and then off the head of Arts. 16 to go on the exclusion, or the quarter.
They still got some time on this exclusion, so.
If DeMario slides into the pocket there, she's got the ball now. And now they're back at full strength. Shot from the outside, field block controlled by the Dutch. And last second shot, that's the end of second quarter. And we're tied at 2. So the Italians not able to take advantage of a 6-on-5, then a 6-on-4 opportunity, and back to a 6-on-5.
Well, I think the Netherlands really surprised Italy with storming. You know, off the first pass, it went to 6, and then they passed it over to 1 or 4, and then they were storming. Now they got the head, and it was another exclusion, but that's a momentum shift for the Netherlands, I think, to get that 6-on-4 stop.
So we're knotted at 2 at the end of the first half. Both teams will change ends. We're going to hear a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back to call second half action.
You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org.
USA! Hello and welcome to the final day of Holiday Cup. I'm Kendra Kautz.
And I'm Sheree Key.
First up, we have Italy and the Netherlands.
Wait, Kendra, I'm just getting an important message in. This just in. It's Greg Mescal's birthday. Greg Mescal from the Counterattack.
Oh, wow.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday, Greg.
Woo!
La 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. La 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 la. Now we don our gay apparel. La 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 la.
So I was gonna go tape first to decrease the transition times, but what I didn't account for was the wrinkliness of the paper. So when I tried to fold it, it just wasn't as crisp as I would have liked it to be. Because when I make these normally, you really kind of like fold the paper and it's really nice and crisp. But I kind of had to throw that out of the window. But it looks good on the top. Like you could throw a bow on this and like definitely give it to someone.
Ready.
Wow, with 5 seconds to spare.
Okay.
Tell us about your strategy there, right?
My strategy was to put it this way so no one can see that part, but to not put tape on the first few folds, but on the sides and then in the middle if I needed to. Okay, my mom would not be happy with this. Please don't let her see this video. My strategy was gotta get both sides up, and ideally if I have too much wrapping paper, you're supposed to double fold it, and I did not do that at all. And then I knew I was running out of time, so I just had to kind of crumple this side. This side looks all right with this a little bit of puffy excess paper, but yeah, not my best job. Woo! Done.
Would you be happy to receive that gift?
Welcome back to Newport Beach, California, water polo fans, at the start of the second half on what is a picture perfect Sunday morning. Ball is knocked out by the Italians, and Netherlands will control.
We'll see if that momentum from the 6-on-4 stop by the Netherlands carries into this third quarter.
We're tied up at 2 apiece here in the opening minute of the third quarter. That's Savinic. Nyhouse, Savinic to Stomphorst. Ball off the hand of Stomphorst. Nyhouse out to collect. Pass into 2 meters. Backhand. That was a rollout. The referee got in my way. I couldn't quite see.
That was the second time they ran that play with 5 across and then 3 going down to the 4-5 side for a post-up. Weren't able to give it to that post-up, but it opened up the traditional center in the middle.
So the Italians back in the front court. That's Frasinetti in at 2 meters. 10 on the shot. Tabani. Gets live to DeMario. 6 on the shot. Down on the wing to Mota. Mota back up top. Shot from Tabani. Sails way over the top of the goal.
And I'm not quite sure why she didn't shoot that. I know it was a right-hander to the left-hander side, but She was at like 2 meters
Yeah,
on
she
the
had,
post.
and nobody there guarding her.
Yeah.
She could have even moved in even closer.
Yeah.
And it improved her angle on that.
One hard breaststroke kick to the post, and that was a goal.
And the Italians with the steal. That's Pomeri, or correction, Mota. So the Italians with the ball in the front court, dumped in at 2 meters. That's Frazinetti, help defense by the Dutch. That was Vandersloot on the steal. Frazinetti couldn't quite get a handle on the ball. The referees seem to be letting a little extracurricular go on there down at 2 meters.
Yeah. Not quite sure she had a handle on the ball, so I wouldn't know if that would have been an exclusion. You know, the referee's saying she had the ball in her hand, but she didn't really have control.
Yeah, no, I
The
wasn't.
defender had her arm, so I'm not quite sure. It shouldn't have been an exclusion.
I wasn't suggesting exclusion there,
Yeah.
but as the ball turned over,
Yeah.
and they're trying to get an advantage on the counterattack, and you saw the big kickoff there by the Dutch player on Frazinetti.
Yeah.
So we've got a double exclusion here. That's going to be 10 blue, Pomeri for the Italians.
6 and white.
And 6 white. Stomphorst, and that's her second. So we'll play 5-on-5. And it'll be Dutch ball with 15 seconds to go on the shot clock.
Yeah, so no reset of the original possession when there's a double exclusion. And so the Italian team, I'm sorry, the Dutch team will get 15 seconds on that shot clock.
All ready to go here as we reset the shot clock at 15. So 5-on-5 for each team. And that's Tabani. Down to 2 meters and a contra foul called on the post up. So both players will come in out of the penalty box. We're back at 6-on-6. Italians with the ball back in front court. That's Tabani at point. Kicks it over to Mota. Mota and Tabani playing catch up top. Down to the 1. And a shot and a goal. Number 10, Francesca Pomeri with her second goal of the contest from a bad angle down there. Looks like the defender just dropped off,
Yeah.
which is every goalie's worst nightmare. As you see Arts talking to her defender, saying, hey, you cannot leave that position.
That was just a very nice catch and shoot as well. I mean, no hesitation. Looked like the first half they were hesitating a little bit more. This time, just catch and shoot, buries it.
So Italy back on top, 3-2, 5:20 to go here in the third.
Number 12.
Exclusion. Number 2, blue, Tabani to the penalty box. That's her second, so the Dutch will have another power play. Trying to even things up at 3 as they move the ball around the perimeter. Near side, shot and a goal by number 2, Yasmin Schmid. Evens things up at 3 on the near side bad angle shot.
And that's the first 6-on-5 from the Netherlands we've seen that they're passing the ball that quickly. It's going all around. Goalie can't keep up. The defenders can't keep up. And even though it's a bad angle, I mean, it was open.
Yeah, they didn't drop the ball, which seems to be a pattern with them the last couple of games. They had that problem 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yesterday against the U.S. And today they weren't crisp until right there. So the Italians with the ball back in the front court. DeMario.
It looked like a 4-5 drop.
Mota. Lob off the post and out. Controlled by Arts. Arts, early outlet to
2-on-1
Schmid.
down here.
There's Megan's moving on the inside. 5-meter called. Penalty called on number 10, Pomeri. That was Megan's earning the penalty. And it's Vandersloot stepping up to take the penalty shot. She's up, she fires, shot and a goal. Number 4, Sabrina Vandersloot. And the Netherlands take their first lead of the morning at 4-3 with 4:13 to go in the third.
That was a nice counterattack. I mean, it looked like a 2-on-1 turned into a one-on-one situation. Took it strong into the goal, and the Italian coach is saying, well, she's outside the post, but I mean, that's a probable goal. I mean, that's pretty much a goal if they don't commit the foul right there. So I think well-earned 5-meter penalty.
So the Dutch on top, 4-3, 4:13 to go here in the third. Bianconi with the ball up at point for the Italians. Kicks it over to DeMario.
A lot of physicality in 2 meters. But I feel like the Netherlands is a little bit stronger at 2-meter position.
Pass into 2 meters, kicked out to the wing. Lob shot, and it goes on the bat angle lob from Laura Barzone, number 15. We're knotted at 4. So nice pass into 2 meters. I think that was Aiello into 2 meters. Haven't seen her down to 2 meters much.
That was the second time the defender left one. That X1 defender came over to help. She kicked it out.
So Dutch with the ball in the front court. They move the ball around the perimeter. Vandersloot, Niehuis. Ball into 2 meters, kicked out to Niehuis. She's up, she fires. Shot sails over the top of the goal, turns back over to Italy. DeMario brings the ball into the front court. And we've got an exclusion down to 2 meters. Number 3, Janae, Dagmar Janae to the penalty box. So Italian power play. Bianconi, DeMario at point. Takes it over to Carollo. Carollo into the 2-post and a 5-meter call. The pass from Carollo was going in to Barzone, and you could tell she was just shoved as she went up to get the pass. So a penalty shot called, and that's going to be Bianconi taking the penalty for the Italians. Bianconi set up and ready. She's up, she fires, blocked by Arts. On the low, shot to the right side. So Arts with the big penalty save. Dutch back in the front, lob off the crossbar. Quick whistle there, and ball turns over to the Italians.
Yeah.
Looked like that was a 50-50 ball. Didn't see a whole lot there from the Dutch player. Long outlet pass by Golero to Carollo. Carollo puts the ball up top to Bianconi. 10 seconds on the shot. Carollo to Bianconi. Bianconi fires, shot, blocked down by Arts.
And we're up over here, coming up.
And we've got an exclusion in the backcourt down at the 2-meter spot, and that's going to be Aiello, number 6 for Italy. And the Dutch had a breakaway there.
Yeah, those are always tough. You know, those are always tough because you got to call this exclusion. Got to make sure you're protecting the players. When things get that physical, he obviously saw something. The referee obviously saw something that was so physical. He had to call a kick out. And, you know.
But you took away the advantage. What I'd like to see, Steve, and, you know, something I've talked about for years now is to maybe have an exclusion like hockey, right? A delayed ejection.
Yeah.
Right? So the referee in hockey holds his hand up signaling there's an ejection coming. And typically in hockey, they pull the goalie, send another player on the ice. But, it's signaling, hey, the ejection's coming, but I'm not going to take away the advantage from a probable goal.
Yeah. And not to debate it, I would just say that it's difficult in water polo because each referee is assigned to one specific area, and so he may not even have seen this advantage over here. And if he is looking at the advantage, he may not be doing his job over here.
So the Dutch power play, moving the ball around the perimeter. Doing a good job moving the ball.
Their passing has gotten better.
Absolutely. They've not let it hit the water yet. Block out by Galero on the shot from Stomphorst. That was good. They moved the ball around.
Yeah.
We talked about the ball not hitting the water till the last pass right there.
Yeah.
And then Stomphorst was in a bad angle, and you had a defender right there covering the near side, and Galero was able to get two hands on that cross cage
From where
shot.
we're sitting, there was not any place to shoot.
Ball knocked away by Neggins, and we've got another exclusion in the backcourt out of 2 meters, and that's going to be number 14, Palmieri. He'll take a 20-second rest as the Dutch move the ball in the front court for another power play opportunity. Nieheis. Nieheis up top to Meggins. Meggins fires off the crossbar. Ball rebounds out to half tank. The Italians are back at full strength.
They have time.
Schmidt. Plenty of time, 20 seconds to go on the shot.
It's to their advantage to take this time because it's only 22 seconds left in the game clock. So don't give the Italians another possession or a long possession.
Schmidt. Crosses to Vandersloot, dumps it inside. Referee signaling that the offensive player had the ball in the hand as the two defenders crashed on her. So ball turns over to the Italians. And we've got a timeout with 9 seconds to go here in the third. So the Italian coach calls a timeout so they don't waste any time swimming down the pool. Now they can just set their offense up in the front court with 9 seconds, see if they can get a quick shot.
Yeah, and it at least done a pretty good job of running some front court plays here. So I would imagine they're going to get a pretty good shot off here at the end of the quarter. But, that last possession by the Netherlands, I mean, they did a good job of slowing it down. They got an entry pass into 2 meters. If she had lets the ball go a second earlier, it's probably another kick out and they run out the clock. But they weren't doing that in the first half.
So we're tied up at 4. 9 seconds to go here in the third. Both teams swimming out from their huddle after the timeout. Looks like that'll be Frasinetti moving into 2 meters for the Italians. And the referee signal will play. Time winding down. 3 seconds. DeMario. And time winds down as that was Garibaldi trying to draw the foul, but the Dutch player Meggins had her hands up. So at the end of 3 quarters of play, we are knotted at 4. Take a little break in the action. We'll be back to call the fourth quarter action.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter of the 2015 Holiday Cup. The matchup between the Netherlands and the Italians, and here's the fourth final quarter sprint. And it's the Italians winning the sprint. That was DeMario. Polo with the ball, moving the ball on the front court. That's Fresinetti in at 2 meters. Polo dumps it into Fresinetti. And she draws the exclusion.
Charged against 7.
That's going to be 7 white to the penalty box. Nieheis with her first exclusion of the contest. So power play for the Italians. They move the ball around the perimeter. DeMario up top to Carollo. Carollo back to DeMario.
The Dutch going out into that storm again.
Carollo down to the 1 spot. Teams back at full strength. DeMario. Carollo from distance. She fires. Cross cage, high corner. Puts it past Arts. Lisa Carollo puts the Italians back on top by 1 at 5-4.
She just wound up and fired that thing. I mean, she caught it, brought it back an extra couple inches, and just put everything she had on that upper corner. Goalie had a hand on it, but it's too strong.
So that exclusion that started that power play, things were getting pretty physical down there at 2 meters with Nieheis and Fresinetti. We got a timeout while Fresinetti's having her suit fixed.
Yeah. Well, Fresinetti started the quarter with the suit unzipped, so when she went into the 2 meters, it was really easy to just grab and basically bring it down and use it against her. And that suit's broken, so she's going to have to sub.
We'll wait for Fresinetti to go out. A new player coming in for the Italians. That's Aiello. Subbing for Fresinetti.
They got suits on demand over there on the, on the bench.
An exclusion on the post up. That's Carollo. That's her second. So Dutch with another power play. Quick shot and a field block on the shot from Schmid, and another exclusion. That's going to be 7. Nieheis with her second. So the Italians will have a power play as they move the ball into the front court. DeMario swimming in the front court. Kicks it over Radicki. Back to DeMario. Radicki at point. Shot and a goal by number 3, Ariana Garabotti. The catch with a little hitch and fires cross cage off the post and in.
And that was an unfortunate shot by the Netherlands. You know, even the person who took the shot sort of raised her hand and said, "Hey, my bad." And then an exclusion in transition, giving the Italians not just a 6-on-5, but an extended 6-on-5 because the player has to get into the corner, so they have extra time to move the ball around. So
you saw that replay there. Garabotti just caught, had a little hitch with the shoulder and let it rip as she slid up from the 1 position into that pocket and had a clear lane to the goal.
Oh.
So the Italians with a 2-goal lead here in the fourth at 6-4. Just over 6 minutes to go here in the fourth. Vandersloot. The ball up top to Schmid. Schmid tries the no-look pass into 2 meters on the post up. And it's knocked away by Aiello. Galera with the ball swims out to 5 meters. Long outlet pass to DeMario. DeMario fouled by Megan's out on the wing. Aiello in at 2 meters. Garabotti up top. 12 seconds to go on the shot. DeMario. Down on the wing to Pomeri. Up top to Garabotti. She's up, she fires. Ball sails wide of the goal. And the Netherlands back the other way. Arts. It's the short release. Megan's at mid-tank.
Netherlands need a good possession here. They've had a couple turnovers to start. They need to really get a good possession here.
That's Savinich. She fakes. She fires right into the breadbasket. And the Italians out on the break. Galero hits Palmieri. Palmieri has no idea where the ball is there. She finally sees it. And an exclusion called. Megan's not happy with that call at all. So power play for the Italians. DeMario. 2 seconds left on the penalty. DeMario, she's up, she shoots, knocked down by Arts. Good job by the Netherlands there. Many hands up in front of the goal.
Yep.
Really nowhere to shoot for DeMario.
She had time to fake that.
And here's a 3-on-2 opportunity for the Dutch. Up, shot near side, off the post and out. On the shot from Clausen. Lieke Clausen not able to take advantage of the 3-on-2 counterattack. DeMario at mid-tank. That's Aiello working down inside at 2 meters. Guarded by Schmid. And a contra foul called on the duck under by Aiello.
And that's a good call by the referee over here. You don't see that enough.
And an exclusion. That's 10 Dark. Palmieri, that's her third, so she's done for the contest. And a power play for the Dutch.
This is big.
Clausen. Schmid. A bad pass. On the pass from Clausen, sails out of bounds. Over the head of Stomphorst. Ball turns back over to Italy, and the Netherlands are not able to capitalize on the power play.
Yeah, and it looks like they're sort of running out of gas here, because when he starts getting a lot of turnovers in succession, bad passing like that, I mean, they could just be out of gas. And Italy with the 2-goal lead. Right now, they're just going to run the clock, use every possession they can.
And a contra foul. Now we're going to have an exclusion. That's going to be Aiello. Savinich earning the exclusion. So Aiello off to the penalty box. That's her second of the contest. So another power play opportunity, Steve, for the Dutch.
They got to go back to just passing quick.
Stomphorst up in the pocket. She fakes, crosses over to the one spot, loses a handle, but a shot and a goal. That was number 6. Stomphorst lost a handle on it as the Italians were coming even. She was able to pick it up and shoot it cross cage. Bring the Dutch back to within 1 at 6-5 with 2:56 to go.
You know, and that to me is a shot of experience. You know, she doesn't catch it clean at 6. She knows the goalie's diving near side, and so she takes her time and shoots it cross cage. Goalie wasn't there.
Yeah, as you saw Galero said, dive into that post.
That's just like experience play. You know, she's seen that probably so many times. Took her time, didn't panic.
So not counted as a power play goal, but you know, the player was swimming out of the box. They were still up, per se.
And now this puts a little bit more pressure on the Italians to do something with the ball, because they can't just sit on it with the 2-goal lead. Now there's only 1-goal lead.
Shot by Bianconi. Field blocked out of play. Ball turns over to the Dutch. Dutch will try and even things up here. That's Stomphorst. Amarin's Janae working in at 2 meters. Ball up top to Nieheis. Stomphorst. Ball into 2 meters. 5-meter call. That was called on 3, Steve. I'm not sure how that was a 5-meter with the defender directly behind. In between the player and the goal.
Maybe he saw maybe since he was facing her, maybe he saw a little quarter turn there with the ball, letting go of the ball. But like I said, that the pressure was on the Italians now.
Stomphorst to take the penalty. She's up. She shoots, and two-hand stuff by Galero.
Wow.
So Galero must have scouted Stomphorst earlier because there was no question there. She knew exactly where the shot was going. 1:40 to go here. DeMario at point. Shot clock down to 5. Carollo, she's up on her leg. She fakes, she fires, and a tip out by Arts. And Arts is a little disappointed in herself because she knew that was going over the goal anyways. So a little break in the action. So the Italian player down in at 2 meters can put her cap and hat back on.
Better be safe than sorry, though, in that situation.
A little good sportsmanship there from Dagmar Janae helping her out.
And with 1:28 left, Italy needs to make sure that they're using this possession for the entire 30. This is a gift for them. They have to make sure that they are using the clock, giving the Netherlands the least amount of time, because it's 2 for 1 right now. So
they still want to, though, run their offense.
Absolutely.
And if the opportunity's there, they want to take it.
Absolutely. But let's look for it late, not early.
DeMario crosses down to the one spot at Carollo. Up top to Radicki. Mirabotti. Up top to Radicki. 10 seconds on the shot. Over to DeMario. Dutch are splitting up top. Weak, bad angle shot by Garibaldi. The ball sails over the top. 7 dart and an exclusion on 7 dart. And an exclusion. That's DeMario to the penalty box. Her first exclusion, so the Dutch have another power play.
Goalie holding onto the ball for 9 seconds.
Now we got 18. 15 on the shot. Italians about ready to come even. Pass inside. Denied by Galero. On the shot from Janae, Emran's Janae.
Story of the game. 6-on-5. Story of the tournament for the Dutch.
And a mad scramble for the ball. DeMario is able to control. So 25 seconds to go here in the contest. We've got about a 12-second differential between game and shot clock, and the ball skips away on the pass into Frasinetti at 2 meters. So timeout by the Dutch. 15 seconds to go in the contest. The Italians clinging to a 1-goal lead at 6-5.
Now let me put you on the hot seat. The last one, they get the exclusion at mid-tank. You have one more timeout. Now I know he wanted to save it for the end, but perhaps that would have been the better opportunity. Call the timeout.
They
set up 6-on-5.
A little rush there because the kick out happened in transition, and by the time they got down there, not a lot of time left.
Yeah, and I mean they had the shot at 3-post, but and this is for the younger players. If you have to pass it right away, you cannot delay, because once you fake it once, it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
And it's so difficult to pass to the post when you're waiting. Got to go right away. But we'll see what the Netherlands has. I would imagine that, what I've seen is that 3 down, 5 across for the 4 or 5 side post up. Maybe they switch it. Maybe they go opposite to do a 1-2 side, but. There's 5 across, 3 down.
And the Italians are storming, pressing the ball. Carollo trying to show that she had a hold of her suit. Oh, and a kick out. 6-on-4 opportunity. Stomphorst, skip, bounces it way over the top of the goal with 1 second to go. And the Italians are going to come away with the win.
And that was a smart play by the Italian. She just knocked it out, takes a kick out, 5 seconds left. They have to make a pass. Very smart play.
So, at the end of our first game here this morning, the Italians come away with a 6-5 win. And it seemed to be a battle of attrition. Again, what seemed to be the trend yesterday and the day before, a lot of exclusions by both teams.
Yeah.
And, the Dutch, again, as it was with yesterday's contest and the day before, just not able to capitalize on the power play.
And they had some really good glimpses of their power play. There were a couple times where they were moving the ball super fast, really quick. There was no way anybody could keep up. The defense couldn't keep up. The goalie couldn't keep up. But they got away from that. It was too inconsistent. And when it's inconsistent, you're going to not shoot a good percentage on 6-on-5.
Yeah, again, not letting the ball hit the water.
Yeah.
That's probably the key. So that's our first match of the day. The Italians coming out on top at 6-5. We'll be back in action to call Team USA against Spain at 10:30. Please come back and join us in about 26 minutes.